All right, there we go. Finally went live there. All right, big win yesterday for Riley Herbst. His first win in the Xfinity Series, and I think his first win in the top three touring series. I don't think he has a truck win. So I think his first win, he's been building on that for a long time. He's had several close calls. And, well, he finally got it done. By like 15 seconds, he wore him out. So good win for Riley Herbst. All right, let's jump right into the Las Vegas preview. If you're going by average finish, Kyle Busch is going to be your first pick. Jimmy Johnson not in this race. He would be second at 8.0. Kyle Busch, a 6.9 average finish. Matt DiBenedetto also not in the race, 8.0. Martin Truex Jr., these numbers, of course, are since February of 2020. So that'll be a sample size of 7 races. Martin Truex Jr. is going to be next on the list at 8.0. So right now, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson is next at 9.8. Denny Hamlin is next at 10.4. Kevin Harvick next at 11.4. Alex Bowman is next at 11.8. Skip Clint Boyer there, who's at a 12.0. Then you got Joey Logano at 12.3. Brad Keselowski at 12.4. William Byron at 13.1. Once again, skip Kurt Busch, and you've got AJ Allmendinger there at 13.5, followed by Ross Chastain with an even 15.0. I think that was 10 active drivers. So let's go to previous wins. Joey Logano has 2 previous wins here. Kurt Busch has 1, so that bodes well for actually Trackhouse, because I think his win here was with Trackhouse. Could be wrong on that, though. William Byron has 1 win here. Alex Bowman and Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson in the previous 7 races, of course, since 2020, not all time. So those are your previous winners. Let's see who has had the most top 5s here in that span as well. Kyle Busch with 4, Denny Hamlin with 4, Kyle Larson with 3, Alex Bowman with 3, 2 for Matty D, Martin Truex Jr. with 2, Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, and Joey Logano all have 2 apiece in the top 5s. And let's go to top 10s, of course. And 6 for Martin Truex Jr. So if you're looking for a pick'em driver, Martin Truex Jr. would probably be a good versus driver if you're looking for that. 5 for Kyle Larson, 5 for Kyle Busch, 4 for Kevin Harvick, 4 for Denny Hamlin, 3 for Eric Jones, 3 for Tyler Reddick, 3 for Christopher Bell, 3 for Brad Keselowski. Plethora of guys with 3 there. So I'm just going to skip that. Let's go to laps led, because that's usually a pretty good indicator of who is actually good here, regardless of finishes, because DNFs can really ruin an average finish. So 351 for Denny Hamlin. He has led the most laps here since 2020. Kyle Larson is second with 288. 228 for Big Hat Williams, Sombrero Grande. Chase Elliott at 166. Ross Chastain, 151. 103 for Joey Logano. Nobody else is above 100. Kevin Harvick sits pretty close, though, with 92 laps led since 2020. And if you want to go to your sort of power rankings here that driveraverages.com gives you, Denny Hamlin would be your favorite today, followed by Kyle Larson, William Byron, and then Alex Bowman is who they're saying are the top 4. Interestingly enough, Ryan Blaney is the 5th driver there. So let's take a look at practice speeds or qualifying. Let's take a look at qualifying. Bell gets the pole. Kyle Larson is 2nd. William Byron 3rd. Martin Truex Jr. 4th. And so that lines up pretty much exactly. Christopher Bell, a little bit of an outlier there, but the other 3 sort of line up with what the information is telling us. Then you got Chris Busch or Kyle Busch, who is going to be my pick today. I think Kyle Busch gets it done here. He's got the 6th fastest car in qualifying. And let's go to practice. Who needs practice? Ross Chastain was the fastest man in practice, followed by Chris Buescher. So Chris Buescher showing good speed, so don't sleep on the RFK gang today either. Tyler Reddick was fast in practice. Chase Elliott was 4th. 5th was Willie B. Then you got Carson Hocevar, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Larson, followed by Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace, your top 10 fastest in practice. Let's see. Kyle Busch was down there in practice, but he did qualify well, so we'll have to see how my pick plays out. But I'm going with the hometown guy. I'm going for a hometown kid sweep. Let's get to the betting average. We do have a poll based on this. This is from the MGM, who they got their odds. Larson at plus 375, Byron at plus 500, Hamlin at plus 900, and Reddick plus 900. Who do you think is going to win out of that group? Right now, 48% saying Larson, 0% voted for Denny Hamlin there, despite the numbers I just read. 39% for William Byron and 13% for Mr. Tyler Reddick. Let's see here. But yeah, just give a quick go over this. 375 plus 375 for Kyle Larson, plus 500 for William Byron, plus 900 for Denny Hamlin, plus 900 for Tyler Reddick, plus 950 for Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, plus 950, plus 1,000 for Chris Buescher. So not a bad, with the speed he's had, not a bad pick there. Plus 1,100 for your pole sitter. Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch at 1,300. So that's who, for entertainment purposes only, I'd be taking today, 1,300 for KB8. And then you got Joey Logano at 16, Bubba Wallace at 18, Ryan Blaney at 2,000. Let's see if there's anybody down here that would be like a good value pick. Nope. So it's going to be pretty much just good odds all the way around. Your longest shot is going to be 200,000. That's Brendan Poole, BJ McLeod, and JJ Yaley. And since I know somebody's going to ask who is the odds-on favorite to finish last here today, that's going to be JJ Yaley or BJ McLeod. BJ McLeod or JJ Yaley are going to be your best bets to finish last. I don't know that JJ Yaley's in this race, so I'm going to go BJ McLeod is your best average finish if you're picking who's going to finish last or win on Earth 2. All right, let's get into the chat and see what you guys want to talk about. B, appreciate it. Riley Herbst. Let's go, says B, and she throws in the Ric Flair woo. So I will, wow, you guys got started early. Jamie Schweitzer was the first to like here at 9:59 a.m. Appreciate the diligence, my friend. Hello, y'all. Who's ready for Vegas? I'm ready for Vegas. I think it's going to be a pretty good race. BB, what do you call a bug that scares you on Halloween? A booby. Jade Davison wins the Extreme Outlaw Championship. 7 years old, first female to win a title. That girl is bad. BA, says Mark Barnum. If she sings like Jade from Victorious, she has many talents. B saying good afternoon. What's up, RJ? Says B. I'm going to skip down here just a little bit because you look like you guys were sort of talking to each other. Just going to start below B's super chat here. RJ saying, I was surprised to see Riley finally get a win. He's not tearing up equipment like he used to at JGR, says RJ. Yeah, he's that's a good point. He is him and Brandon. I know Brandon Jones has had a bad season, but him and Brandon Jones have improved every year they've been in it, aside from Brandon Jones this year, who had a little bit of a rough year, but he still made the playoffs. So they both have put in the work to get better. So that's definitely a good point there. Let's see. I haven't planned to, says B. When it comes to mom jokes, you never know when I'll tell one, says RJ. Hey, y'all, let's go Team 24, says Kyle. He's got good numbers here, and he qualified well, so I think he's got good speed. He also, has a previous win here, so definitely the 24 looking like a good pick today for sure. RJ and B saying, what's up to Kyle? In between the lanes, I heard Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon were going to be working for the law offices of Morgan & Morgan this offseason, says in between the lanes. They might be. I wonder if that sponsorship came part because of Kyle Busch's trip to Mexico. I wonder if that's how did he wrangle in that sponsor via that? Good question to ask, huh? Say Kyle says RJ and EB. What's up, RJ and EB? In between the lanes, they're going to sue us for some reason. Too funny. I was watching one of your videos the other day when the notification popped up for this video. Says Sammy D's. I appreciate it, man. So that's definitely cool. In between the lanes, there are rumors Tony Stewart and Dale Jr. Might join forces. There are rumors, but I haven't. It's sort of like a lot of Twitter and Reddit stuff. So I don't know. I haven't heard anybody like officially link those, like anybody that's actually that I would sort of trust. So we'll have to see what comes of that. I think it's just sort of a Reddit Twitter thing, in my opinion. What's up, BB and everyone, says T-Van. What's up, T-Van? Good to see you on here. By the way, how are you, BB? I'm doing good, RJ. Hope you're doing good as well, my friend. Hey, T-Van, says RJ. I pick KB. Ronald Russell was saying I picked KB to win today. Then went out the remaining races. If that were to happen, he would walk away with nothing. Something wrong with the playoffs if that happens, or anyone else too, says Ronald Russell. That's a good point. The playoffs are a unique system, and by unique, I mean trash. If you like the playoffs, that's fine. Enjoy your own thing. Don't worry about my opinion, but I think the playoffs are trash. And if something like that happens, I think it'll definitely be something that they talk about for a while. Or NASCAR would try to cover it up. You never know. Try to put spin on it, I should say. You didn't put Ty Dillon up on the poll. How come, says OJ and Toothpaste? Well, when you got a legend like Ty Dillon, you want to give other people a chance. I don't want a 100% and then 3 other candidates, So Ty Dillon, we had to leave him off the poll today. Interestingly enough, it looks like Sheldon Creed left RCR and Ty Dillon. So they didn't get rid of Sheldon Creed to put Ty Dillon in that car. It looks like Sheldon Creed had something already lined up and left RCR. A la Tyler Reddick, which makes the news release from RCR even a little more funny because it's the second time that they've done something like that. So interesting there, I thought. Good morning. Happy race day, y'all, says Jenna Allison. What's up, Jenna? Good to see you on here. Hi, Jenna. Hope you have a good day, says RJ. Good morning, y'all, from North Idaho. What's up, Cassandra? What's up, North Idaho? Hey, Bumblebee, Jamie, and Mark. Cassandra, got any taters from Mater yet, says RJ. I'm selling off my 30-year collection. I would like to mail you a few of the customs. PM Laterberg. All right, Sammy D, no problem. Just get up with me. Howdy from Kazakhstan, says Robin Marks. What's up, Robin Marks? And what's up, Canada? Hey, Robin, what's up? Are you happy Riley Herbst won? I am happy he won because, look, people don't like him because he's a rich kid. So whatever, he can't help how he was born. But he's a dude that has gotten better. He has put in the work to get better and stuff like that. So it really is kind of like I don't ever want to take a crap on somebody's dream. And this is his dream, is to be a professional race car driver. And so it is good to see him win, and definitely the hard work finally paid off because, like I said, when he first came in, he wasn't nearly as good as he is now. So you definitely could see the work getting put in, and he's doing better and better, and finally got that win after several close calls. This one wasn't close at all, so he smoked him by several seconds. I don't know. I would put money in Hamlin. Pretty sure I saw a turtle zoom past his car in qualifying, says Seikal. Talking about Hamlin. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see what happens. Of course, Chase Elliott wrecked in practice. He wrecked in practice, and I assume Daniel Suarez either had mechanical problems or wrecked in practice as well. I didn't hear anything about Suarez, but I saw several articles about Chase Elliott wrecking in practice. OJ and Two-Faced, Hamlin sleeps like Alf, says RJ. Howdy, RJ. I don't know how many people are going to get the Alf reference. That's old school and obscure. Howdy, RJ and y'all, says Robin Marks. Who gets the number 2 Xfinity next year, says OJ and Toothpaste. That's a good question. A lot of people are saying Christian Eckes. A lot of people are saying Ty Dillon. So who knows? Me personally, I want to see Jeffrey Earnhardt in there, so that's my pick. But I don't have any idea who actually goes in the 2. I saw Dale Jr. was saying Eric Almirola will be coming to JRM in 2024 and run Xfinity. He also said that was why Smithfield was on the 1 car at the Roval. So there you go. AA might be doing some part-time starts for Dale Jr. That's interesting. So I guess that's where the rumor that SHR and Junior are hooking up is probably coming from. Hi, Robin, RJ. Potatoes are grown in southern Idaho mostly. OJ, I think everyone's happy for Riley. That was awesome. RJ saying Bumblebee. Also heard that Junior is planning on buying into Stuart Haas. RJ, if they do, they go back to Chevy. Yeah, for sure. Dale Jr. is not going to be associated with anything. I would imagine that's not Chevrolet. Denny Hamlin with Mavis Colors again. So yeah, see if he can break the one race curse of not finishing well with the Mavis car. He's run well with it every other time. Should I give Riley a joke, says RJ? I don't know, says B. I love that Riley, good kid, bad luck, says Cassandra. Yeah, he has definitely not had good luck in the previous attempts at getting the win. He's come close several times, but he finally got it the other day. Yaley is in the 51 today. Okay, so Yaley, he was started so high up I didn't see him there at the bottom. So there you go. JJ Yaley actually is going to be statistically your best chance of finishing last if you're into that. Followed by, of course, BJ McLeod. BB, did you finally try the Snoop cereal with the dog on it? They don't have it around here. I can't find it, OJ. So I guess I have to order it. Maybe Amazon has it, so maybe I'll try Amazon. They don't have it at the Food Lion. That wasn't a win yesterday. That was domination, says B. Jenna saying, Rowdy, let's go. Joey Logano with Pennzoil scheme today. Like the spring race this year, says in between the lanes. Yeah, he's actually pretty good here. So he didn't show a whole lot of speed in practice or qualifying. But we'll have to see what happens because he does get around the joint pretty good. BB, I'm planning on going into stand-up in Nashville. If you're ever in the area, let me know. No problem, RJ. You let me know if I'm ever up there. You let me know. I'll be there for the open mic or your performance or show or whatever you call a comedy. Is it a comedy concert? Comedy show? Comedy show. I am curious as to where Creed is going. My money is on Gibbs Racing. It's hard to say. Gibbs would make sense because they've got several holes they need to fill. And obviously, he wants to go over and get some wins, and Gibbs equipment is top notch as far as I'm concerned. Not that RCR's isn't, but you've seen a lot of championships come out of Gibbs and Junior Motorsports. Not that RCR hasn't, but just more recently. I mean, I guess Tyler Reddick was probably the last championship, if I'm remembering correctly, for RCR in Xfinity. Although Austin Hill has gotten close. Did Austin Hill win last year though? I don't know. I don't keep up with the Xfinity like I used to. The playoff sucks, says Jenna Allison. I remember back when John Morgan got pulled over for a DUI and said, "You know who I am? I'm the head," and headbutted the cop. Now he's on KFB's car. What a climb out of the ladder of life, says Say Kyle. So there you go. I didn't even think about that being the same dude until you just said that. That's hilarious. The France family got the playoffs from a dumpster, says RJ. I think Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon, Morgan & Morgan diecast got canceled. Kyle Busch rocking these colors today as well. Yeah, a lot of diecasts have gotten canceled here. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Love or NASCAR would try to cover it up, says Ronald Russell. What's up, Jenna? Says Cassandra. BB, you ever been to Vegas? I have been to Vegas. Did you go to the strip and gamble or dance? I mean, I kind of what was the name? I can't remember it. I got in one of those like fancy hotels and I just stayed there. I didn't really walk up and down the strip. I drove up and down the strip in the daytime and kind of saw the fallout of the night before, but I didn't go much. I didn't have any need to go outside of the hotel I was in. Sort of all encompassing. I mean it doesn't narrow it down, but the sky or the ceiling of the hotel was painted like the sky, but that really doesn't narrow it down. I can't remember the name of it. It was whatever won the UFC fighters, like when they did the UFC house or whatever that was called. Tough. I think Tough is what it was called. It was where it's where the fighters were staying that night before the fight. So maybe Red Rocks or something. I don't know. Ladder of Life climb. Kyle, I think Red Rocks is far away, so it wasn't Red Rocks. Ladder of Life climb. Kyle Busch getting a black eye from RC, then getting a Rolex from him and a new career, says Jen Allison. Yeah, that's pretty funny too. Tyler Gibbs to the front says live free or die trying. So he's got a good car. And he's been knocking on the door, so it could be him. Suarez crashed too, says B. So, okay, Suarez also crashed. I couldn't care less for Herbst, but you have to admit getting that first W at your home track after years of no wins is a pretty cool story. Yeah, for sure. Not only did he get his first win and do it in dominating fashion, he did it at the home track, and that's always a massive W. Let's have a great race. My birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, MB. Don't know how it fell on a Monday. LOL. Hey, it's just a reason to take Monday off if you need to. Literally 2 or 3 minutes after they resumed Chase Elliott's crash. Oh, that's hilarious. LOL. Jenna says, say Kyle, hello there. What's up, Aiden? Good to have you on here, my friend. Bologna Burger to the number 2 Richard Childress Racing Xfinity Series Camaro. They're going to be in dire straits if I'm the next driver up. It's going to be a rough go for them next season if that's the case. Nathan Campbell, what's up? Good to see you on here. Where do you see Sheldon Creed end up at? I mean, probably the safe bet right now would be to say Gibbs, because that's the only way. That's the only way I could see somebody leaving RCR unless they were going to Motorsports. I don't see too many other programs I would leave the RCR Xfinity program for. Does Gibbs have more holes than Swiss Cheese ATM? They got several spots they need to fill over there in the Xfinity side. Ty Gibbs won Xfinity championship last year. Says in between the lanes. Yeah, so I was thinking Austin Hill might have won a championship, but he hasn't won a championship in Xfinity yet. So yeah, Tyler Reddick was the last RCR championship, if I'm remembering correctly. I suppose Creed could go to Junior Motorsports. They don't they have open seats? Says Shaw. I think Junior has filled up his deal, but I could be wrong. They could always have just another extra car too, though. So you never know. People would lose their mind if Junior was in a Ford. Facts. That's facts. Who remember? Even though Dale Senior drove a Ford, once he became the Goodwrench man, he was anti-Ford. Who remembers NASCAR Love by Toby Lightman from 2008? That's a deep dive there. I don't remember that one. Bubba Wallace, Dr. Pepper, Strawberries and Cream, Toyota Camry TRD canceled. Says in between the lanes. That's unfortunate because the Strawberries and Cream was actually a pretty good flavor for Dr. Pepper there. I do. RJ. Also, B remembers it. Could you see Jimmy Johnson's team going to three teams full time? Third would be number 92, possibly sponsor Tide or Lowe's. It depends. I think at some point you could see some of these other teams expand to three. They would have to be a prime candidate. Of course, 2311 is probably going to be doing that before they do. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Chatterbox like DW says, RJ, funny thing about the songs is nothing like the rest of her music. I don't blame you, BB. I went to Vegas last July, didn't leave the resort. Remember grabbing a cigarette at 2 a.m. and it was 103 degrees outside at 2 a.m. Madness, yeah. But it's a dry heat, so you're good, right? It's a dry heat, so it's not as hot. So, let's see. Leon's Automotive. Good morning, BB and crew. Which non-playoff driver has the best chance to steal the dub today? I have a hunch, a redemption for the number 23. He's had good speed, but I'm saying, I just got a feeling that Kyle Busch is going to win this one. He's really good here. He's got some speed, and I could see him pulling it off. IMSA season is officially over after Le Mans today. See, I forgot. Dang, that's in between the lanes. Good call there. I forgot the IMSA season is about to end. That's good work there. Happy birthday, October Peeps, says Jenna. Herbst will take the 10 in 2025. Could be. We'll have to see what happens over there. Going to be interesting to see how it goes down. Happy birthday, MB, says say Kyle. My birthday is tomorrow as well, says in between the lanes. So there you go. A lot of October birthdays here. Hopefully the October 29th race will be a birthday gift from me from Rowdy, says Jenna. So there you go. Jenna's birthday is October 29th. Hopefully we'll remember to wish her a happy birthday on that day. What are your thoughts on Reddick and Blaney winning, says Joey, for the win? Blaney, I haven't seen where he's got quite enough speed to do it. He is good here, and Penske's good here. I would, as far as those two go, I would take Reddick all day. I think Reddick has showed more speed in this particular race, and so I would take Reddick on that one. Noah's getting the 10, says B, not confirmed, but we know. Yeah, I mean, when Bob Pockris basically says Noah is the leading candidate to go in the 10 car, I tend to believe that the rumors that Bob Pockris have heard are probably accurate. What number do you think Aspire Trackhouse car will be? I don't know. They got what, the 77 and the 7 over there? The 17's not in play. The 27, maybe the 27. The 27's in play. 79 wouldn't. That's not really got a great feel to it. 76, unless you're sponsored by Phillips 76. I don't know. I'm thinking it would have to have a 7 in it, so maybe 27, 72. 72 is a pretty cool number, pretty historic. So 72, they could do something with that. But it'll be interesting to see where they might just go off the wall and do something totally different. You got the 99, you got the 77, you got the 1, you got the 7. So it could be any combination of that. 71, 97, 79, 97, like Kurt Busch. So I don't know. All kinds of stuff you could do over there. BB, what's your favorite race day food? I mean, of course, I have to say bologna burgers, but I also like wings, pizza and wings. It's hard to beat pizza, wings, and beer. That combination. That combination is always good. You can also insert cheeseburger, but as long as there's wings, wings are pretty much my favorite tailgating or any type of food. I think I just like hot sauce. So I would tell you about my Vegas trip, but my wife is listening. Is oh man, you might have said too much already, my friend. Nathan Campbell, did you get any of the trading cards they hand out as you're walking back and forth? If you've been, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, Nathan Campbell, hashtag 69 says Shaw. Go Hawks. Oh, 69. There you go. That could be a number. I don't know if NASCAR would even allow a 69. They're so prudish. They wouldn't even let Slayer be on a race car the other year. Jenna saying Go Hawks, talking about Seattle Seahawks there. So did the number 98 pass post-race inspection, says Brian. Or was SHR smart enough not to put tire bleeders on their final set of tires? He passed inspection, so he's good to go there. The tire bleeder thing was pretty hilarious the other week. So yeah, he did get through inspection. So and typically when it's a guy's first win, they're not going to tech them too hard anyway. At least at the local short track level. Tony Stewart used to smoke a lot of tires, says RJ. 98 did pass post race, says hey Kyle. Maybe it's just me, but 77 is just an unattractive number. So hey, you never know. You never know. I don't know. It's got the maybe it's the font they're using over there, but typically when you've got two numbers that are the same, you can make it look pretty good. How does Herbst dominate a race like that when he's done nothing all year? Something smells, says M43 videos. I mean, every once in a while, like you just hit a setup. You've seen what was it? Was it New Hampshire last year with Eric Almirola? Every once in a while, Stuart Haas just hits a setup way better than everybody else. But the downside of that is you've seen Stuart Haas all year, so I feel like not run necessarily as good as you would expect them to. So I feel like they've tried some out there setups, and this one they happen to hit, but like 90% of the time they don't hit. That being said, I wouldn't say he's done nothing because he is in the playoffs. So I mean, he hasn't run terrible. He just hasn't won a race yet, or he made the playoffs, I should say. Let's see. I think did he make the playoffs? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really keep up with the Xfinity Series other than to see what drivers are coming up through it. Meyer Shank Racing leaving IMSA since Acura found something with them cheating after the Rolex. Yeah, they. 24 hours at Daytona. I think the tire pressure or something like that. So yeah, at Daytona, there's a IMSA has a tire pressure monitoring system so that you don't lower the pressures too low. They had found a way to hack into that and basically make it read wrong. So it was reading that it had more pressure in it than it did, so that they could lower the pressures, which is an extreme advantage. And why they didn't throw them out, I don't know. To this day, I don't know why they didn't throw out the victory, because it was total bullshit. Like they let the win stand, and it was, as far as cheating, it's some of the worst cheating you can do, and they didn't throw them out for it. So I don't know. They, in my opinion, set a bad precedent there. 67, 2311 says Nathan Campbell. Yeah, it lined 2311. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it lines up with them. So I think Spire will have the. They could just use the 78 because BJ McLeod. Like they might just keep using the 78. I think Spire will have the 07. 07 would be good next year for Zane Smith. Jack Daniels is coming. Hey, there you go. Jack Daniels coming back. That would be pretty rad. Those cars were always good looking. Even the one they did not too long ago with Austin Dillon on the 3, that was a good looking car too. Jack Daniels never really had a bad looking car. 71 Jade Vitason, the champ, says Mark Barnum. Slayer gets vetoed, but Kill Switch Engage made it onto a car. LOL. Yeah. No rhyme or reason to NASCAR as usual. Say Kyle. Powerade versus Gatorade. Who wins? I like Gatorade better than Powerade. Powerade's just I don't know. It's not for me. Nathan Campbell saying 98 there. What's that saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. That was the 98 yesterday. He says, say Kyle, there you go. I mean, you throw aggressive setups, eventually you're going to hit one of them, right? You might not be good all season, but you'll eventually hit one of them. 27 is a racy looking number. Yeah, I always liked it when it was on Paul Menard's car. So when he was at RCR, SHR gets caught. Like imagine I wouldn't like an RCR car, Homer. Anyway, SHR gets caught cheating a lot too. By the way, yeah, for sure, no doubt about it, but at least when they get caught, NASCAR actually does something about it. So Herbst had a good year, unlike IMSA did with Acura. Let's see here. Herbst had a good year going, then had mechanicals and caught up in other people's stuff. So yeah, when he has finished races, he has finished them skipping ads there. So if you see an ad, I tried to skip it for you. Yeah, he is. When he finishes a race, he's typically finished well. I'm with you, Jay. 27 Supremacy. So there you go. 27. Let's go. 27 should be the car number next year. Maybe run a car with just with just the Slayer or whatever you want to say. What is that? The rock and roll hand signal. I don't know. It's Sunday, so I don't want to say. I don't want to say what some people call it. Let's see here. BB, what are you going to do without NASCAR in the off season? Watch NBA. I'll just live stream on Tuesdays and continue to make videos. I don't know how many silly season videos we're going to have. I was thinking about that the other day. Silly season has just about they've done everything they could possibly do during the season. So I don't know if we'll have any silly season videos in the off season, but I have plenty of projects I do need to get to. So I'll just work on those in the off season, and I'll keep the content going. No worries. Meyer Shank staying in IndyCar, though they fired that person who was responsible for that. Yeah, they absolutely knew what he was doing, though. It's not like they didn't know. He was just a fall guy, so they'll probably hire him back next season. BB, what a mess of tire issues today, considering the issues in practice for the 9, the 5, and the 99. Yeah, so it could be one of those races where the tires are a factor. We'll have to see what happens, where they get aggressive with the pressures, or Goodyear has made a bad tire, whatever happens. But the tires might come into play in this race. 98 in Cup possibly for Spire and Trackhouse. Yeah, 98 wouldn't be bad. Anything in the 50s or 60s looks horrible on a race car. Yeah, the 50s and 60s always just remind me of EA Sports back when they had the game. They would put in some EA Sports cars, and the EA Sports cars would be either 50 or 60 number. Although the 55 for Martin Truex Jr. wasn't a bad-looking car, and the 66 for Carl Long Motorsports or what is it, MB Motorsports Business. That wasn't necessarily the worst-looking ones, but typically if you go away from 55 or 66. It's typically not a good look. Of course, 68 and OU1 and 69, those of course have their favorites. BB will be knitting the old squeaky chair in the off season, says Jenna Allison. I mean, old Squeak's right over there. He's ready for camping and beach trips. So old Squeak's in the house. Maybe possibly take old Squeak to Martinsville. And let all the children sit and squeak as much as they want to. I don't know. Kyle, have you heard anything about a possible fourth Toyota team? The only one I could think of would be JTG Doherty. So that would probably be the fourth team, if I'm guessing. But I haven't heard anything too much about it. BB will start a how to knitting channel, says Sean. I will watch that show, says Jenna. It would be interesting because I don't think I've stitched some things back together, but I don't think I've ever knitted anything. Jenna BB will be knitting. I've done basket weaving, so it's probably pretty similar to that. We'll be knitting toboggans for his merch store. Yeah, hand knitted toboggans. They would only cost however long it took me to make them. It's silly season like my jokes, says RJ Bansma. Said the wrong word there. Not NASCAR related, but Bloneberger 49ers and Browns player got into a fight before the game started. That's the way it goes sometimes. I think it was, who was it? Florida. Somebody. Was it Florida and South Carolina one year? They almost couldn't get the game started because they were fighting at the 50-yard line. I can't remember who it was. This is 2006, 2008, somewhere in there. Earlier this year, the Panthers lost to the Lions. Weren't the Lions a joke back in the 90s? The Lions have been a joke for as long as I've been alive. I don't think they've ever had a significantly good season. A few years maybe with Matthew Stafford and who was it? Johnson? Was it Johnson, the wide receiver? So Calvin Johnson. I don't know, but other than that, they've been pretty bad. EA Sports, it's in the game. They had Barry Sanders, but even the Barry Sanders teams were not particularly great. Yeah, EA Sports, they always had the number 50 or 60 EA Sports car. I love when BB skips my comments. I know I said something controversial. I don't remember skipping it. But if I did, I apologize. I don't skip anything on purpose. Let's see here. My racing number is 68 because of Mark Martin and Dale Jr. So yeah, Mark Martin did run the no, he won the 60 car. The Winn-Dixie car was a 60 car, but yeah, the 6 and the 8. I got you, RJ. Missionary for life, says Aisha. Yeah, so if you want to hit the merch store, appreciate you there, B. The merch store is right there. I actually have it saved for once, and I could do it. There you go. Double merch store comment. So let me jump down here and see if there's any surprises possibly for this Vegas race. And if you got anything, drop it down in the comments. Let's see. Any surprises? Austin Dillon's surprisingly good here. Has led 8 laps. Best finish of 4th. Worst finish of 32nd. So that bodes well for RCR. Eric Jones is actually pretty good here, although he didn't have any speed, so I don't know if this is a race where they spent money or not. Eric Jones is actually pretty good here. Christopher Bell's good here, but he's got the pole, so that's not going to shock anybody. Bubba Wallace either is going to finish well or wreck. That has sort of been his experience at Vegas, so we'll have to see what happens with him. But yeah, I don't think I'm trying to find something interesting in the line that MGM has given us to participate in for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, they've been super conservative. They've listed all the favorites and they put them in the top. It's almost they just put it on autopilot here. So nothing interesting over there. So that's disappointing. Nothing to talk about from the betting side on MGM today. Let's see. I like the HMS 50 car they ran in 1998. Oh, Ricky Craven Budweiser car. That was a good looking car. Do you enjoy the NFL international games? Says in between the lanes. The only time I ever watch them is if my team's playing. So I typically skip them, but I think it's a great thing. I'm glad that they go over there and do it. I think it's a really cool deal. Anytime somebody goes international, I think it's cool because those fans over there don't necessarily get the same the opportunities that we get over here to go watch games. If they do, they would have to fly, all the way over here to watch games and like that. And I feel the same way with races when they take races overseas and stuff like that. I think that's really cool too because you get a chance. Like when they took it to Japan, when they took it to Mexico, those fans got to see like cup cars and stuff. Or I guess Mexico was Xfinity, but same difference. They got to see their favorite drivers up close in person in their country. I always think that's a cool deal. Late to the show, have you commented on the tire issue with the 9 and Larson's comments as he hit pit road? At the same time, do you think tire issues will haunt Hendrick today? It could, and hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully it's a tire pressure thing that they were putting the tire pressures too low, but hopefully they get it figured out. Hopefully it doesn't turn into like we always dread. Hopefully it doesn't turn into an Indianapolis race where they got to pit every 10 laps. Who's BB's pick to win today? I got Kyle Busch winning today. That's who I'm picking. But by the numbers, it would be who would it be by the numbers? I forgot who I said it was going to be by the numbers. Chad Fincham. Denny Hamlin. It's actually going to be Denny Hamlin or Kyle Larson by the numbers. Flip a coin. So those are your odds-on favorite. Very, very close, though, is also William Byron. So William Byron, Kyle Larson, and Denny Hamlin by the numbers, but I'm taking Rowdy Busch. I think that's who's going to win the race today. My Yucks play the Lions today in the Creamsicle. Hey, Creamsicles are always the best uniforms. Please, God, don't let us lose to the Lions, says Say Kyle. So there you go. Tampa Bay fan. I hear you, buddy. Maybe you said it really fast. LOL. YouTube canceled me saying that. Says Shy. I don't know. What time does the race start? 2:30. 2:30, I think, is the start time for this one. I believe Xfinity has become the racers' race to watch. I don't necessarily disagree with you. Cup cars need some kinks worked out. Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, Brickyard. Dislike 2:30. So there you go. It is 2:30. BB, you still don't think Spire will get all 3 cars in the playoffs next year? Yeah, I'm not betting on it. I'd actually be surprised if they get 1 car in the playoffs. Just sitting there looking at everything that's going to have to happen for them to get in there next year. So Earth 2, they still got a fighting chance at the championship, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to replace the legend that drove that 78 in BJ McLeod since they've got that charter now. Imagine if Trackhouse ever brought over Matt Neal or Jason Plato from the BTCC to race a Cup car. I'm not super familiar. I've seen Jason Plato's name before, but I don't know where. I'm not super familiar with either one of them though. When do you? I'm not a big British touring car championship follower, but I have seen Jason Plato's name before. When do you think we see a number and sponsorship announcement for Kyle next year? I don't know. I agree. Cup cars are crap. Xfinity cars are a lot more racy. Yeah, the Xfinity package, it's a package that hasn't changed in forever. So they've worked out the kinks and they know how to make it racy. Hopefully, they one day figure out this new car or just start over and try to bring something that's going to be a little bit better. Agreed, Brickyard Brickhead. I prefer Xfinity over Cup most weekends. NASCAR needs to go back to Japan. That was fun, and the people there were good for the sport. It was really good PR too. F1 race at 3:00 alongside the Cup race, and the best part about it was they could actually go over there and race. Like they didn't have to worry about points. It was an exhibition, so it was cool as far as that goes too. F1 race starts at 3 today, in between the lanes, dropping that. Cup cars are way too underpowered, may as well be station wagons. Yeah, Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin have both come out and spoke about that, so shout out to them. Japan has a lot of good tracks, including the Fuji Speedway, says RJ. Can't wait for this season to just be over. Next season should hopefully be better, even though Harv will be done. Looking forward to him being in the broadcast booth. So, yeah, that's going to be the big change for next year, seeing Harvick with Fox over there. So we'll have to see how – I know a lot of people are critical of Fox, so we'll have to see if Fox can improve. First thing they need to improve is their camera work. So I'll be very vocal about that. Hello, Kyle. I think you're right about who's going to win today. Appreciate you, Danielle. Yeah, I think old Rowdy's got a good chance. Bones with the super chat. Appreciate you there, Bones. NASCAR needs to race in Japan at the Fuji Speedway, since Fuji Speedway original series was NASCAR. So there you go. I didn't know that, but that's a cool fact right there. BB, have you ever been to the Daytona 500? I haven't been to the Daytona 500. I've been to two. I know at least two, maybe three Firecracker 400s or what? Yeah, it was the ones I went to were Firecracker 400s, whatever they call it now, Pepsi 400 or whatever. Earth 2 picks for today. I got Parker Retzlaff winning the race in his first Rick Ware racing start, says OJ and Toothpaste. Yeah, I went with JJ Yaley just by the numbers. So I'm going with JJ Yaley. Jason Plato has been a host on the call, fifth year. That's exactly where I saw him. Good call, RJ. Alongside Johnny Smith, Vicky Butler Henderson, and Tiff Nadell. So there you go. That is exactly where I've seen him. Good call there. Sea Chicks about to score on the Bengals, says Mark Barnum. I gotta go. I'll see y'all tonight. Appreciate you hanging in there with us, B, as always. And yeah, after the race, we will be on at some point. McCaffrey scored for the 49ers. Yeah, I was glad we won last week, but McCaffrey absolutely killed my fantasy team because the other team had him, and he just oh god, it was so bad. He basically won it by himself in fantasy for the other guy. So it was bittersweet. Go Hawks, says Jenna Allison. Say Kyle, I got to disagree on the 77. That's my brother's car number, says Mark. Yeah, a lot of people like the 77. They feel like it's good luck too, so just more sevens. The 777, like if NASCAR would let him run triple numbers. Corey LaJoie did run a 777 for Marty Robbins the other year. Let's see. Cole Custer's future seems to be comfortable in Xfinity. Yeah, he might get caught up at some point, so we'll have to see what happens there. Daytona sucks, says Mark Langren. I don't know. Daytona's it's always been a good trip every time I've gone, so I can't say that. I saw Greg Biffle win. I saw Jeff Gordon win. The year I saw Jeff Gordon win, there was like 8 Coca-Cola C2 Coke 2 cars, which was like 50 calories less Coke or something like that, or 50% less calorie Coke. And he beat them all. It was pretty funny. Like Coke spent all that money, and the Pepsi car won. Lunenberger, is that's a good looking hat. I wear my number 3 Intimidator hat every race weekend. Yeah, this is from Phoenix, the championship race weekend. That's when I got that. So it's almost a year old today. Let's see here. A couple weeks it'll be a year old. Dale Earnhardt is my god, says Shaw. Jenna Allison saying burgers and checker flags, so she's ready for this one. I'd like to thank Taylor Swift for giving me 21 points this week. Did I say Taylor? I meant Travis Kelce. That's what I want to see. Can they make? I want to see some fantasy league make Taylor Swift an option to put on your fantasy team, and how many people would actually do it for clout and lose a game? Just have since the NFL is all about Taylor Swift right now. It's the Tay NFL. FY 77 is the Midas touch number and numerology. That's what I was thinking about, Jen Allison. I appreciate you. Look at you with the numbers there. I'm a Bills fan, and the Giants are going to be the recipient of their frustration from London. So there you go. The Bills have had a pretty good season so far. I got a good defense. They need to get the offense clicking a little bit, but I think they'll get it going. They got a good one back there, quarterback. They'll get one, and I'll bet it'll be Zane Smith, says Nathan Campbell. Coke C2 was originally known as New Coke in the 80s, says RJ. I don't know about that. I think this one was. You might be right. I don't know. I know what you're talking about. But this one was like half the calories. That's why they called it C2. But New Coke, yeah, that was. And oddly enough, they changed the flavor of Coke just a little bit, and people boycotted and whatever. So they had to bring back old Coke. But ironically enough, they've changed the Coca-Cola formula several times since then, and nobody has batted an eye or even known about it, to be honest. BB, do you love all this press and media Taylor Swift has been getting, says OJ and Toothpaste? Nope, I hate it. I can't stand it. She's probably the most overrated musician of all time, and I will die on that hill. What up, BB? Rowdy for the W today. I'm going with Byron for the championship. Seabell so fast. They ever put it all together consistently, they're going to be tough, says Swan Dog. So there you go. I'm not saying she doesn't have good songs. I'm just saying this level of fame and popularity, kind of overrated for it, in my opinion. Live Free or I Die Trying 17 for the win. Hey, so there you go. Chris Buescher, he has good speed, no doubt about it. My 3 hat is like 15 years old. Yeah, this is a replica. It's not the real one. Like the real one has like the racing or the Chase Authentics C right there. I don't think I had the real one, but I do remember it. I always wanted it. Let's see. 49ers 7, Brown 0. Typing is hard, says Joseph Wooten. What's up, BB? Things are well in Fayetteville. What's up, Rodney Collier? Hope you're doing good, my friend. In between, how would a engineer decide to adjust tire pressure on his own at Meyer Shank? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They used him as a fall guy, and he he just took the fall, but everybody knew what was going on over there. So it is what it is. The Bills owe me $1, LOL, says RJ. I care for the number 3 hat. It's like a religious icon, says Shah. Yeah, I understand. I had a lot of Dale Earnhardt gear, but I outgrew it because I was like 12 or 13 when I had it. So all my good gear is gone. Let's see here. I just hope after Taylor sabotages her relationship with Travis that she starts dating Chase Elliott so we can get those Cup Series ratings back up there, says say Kyle. That would be something. She's media savvy, so she would probably date an F1 driver instead, though, because it's just more trendy right now. Although it seems like their 15 minutes of fame are over with thanks to Max Verstappen dominating. I miss Coca-Cola that had the real stuff in it and 8 nails, says Shah. So there you go. He misses the original OG formula. You're pretty old there, Shaw. I didn't know you were that old, but I hear you, brother. Or you've got that time machine that I forgot where I parked. So if you'll just kindly return the time machine, we can go back to a better time before Steve Phelps is running NASCAR. Anyway, Mark Langren with a thumbs up. What's up, Mark Langren? Good to see you here. Swift has made the Chiefs apparel skyrocket in sales. That's hilarious. I can't stand them together either. Won't last, says Jenna. Yeah, I don't think anything will last with Taylor Swift. She just dates people for more song content. Taylor Swift is a 4chan user, LOL, says RJ. The Buck shirt I'm wearing right now will be old enough to drink in January next year. What was I had a piece of gear the other day I was looking at. But one thing this Vikings hat might be old enough to retire, so I don't know. It's pretty old. Like it's probably like 25 or 30 years old. So that was one I think I was thinking about. Let's see. Travis Kelce is Mr. Pfizer's, says OJ and Toothpaste. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers called him out as far as that goes. Fred Warner with the pick says in between the lanes. So there you go. I don't think Chase dates a dog, says Mark Langren. I think he's got a girlfriend right now, if I'm not mistaken. Swift will dump Kelce and date Gregson so he can get the 10 car, says OJ and Toothpaste. I have a time machine. Why would I stay in this time? Baffles me. A masochist, I guess, says Shah, no doubt about it. Chiefs undefeated when Taylor Swift is in the building. Hey, there you go. Who knows? Taylor did start as a country artist with the teardrops on her guitar. For all we know, she may pack fat lips and yell "Raise hell, praise Dell." I mean, there's a good chance. I think she's from like Louisville, Kentucky, or something like that. So I don't know. Obviously, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I'm just joking. Like, it's not that serious. But Taylor Swift fans do get pretty riled up for no reason. Laughing at before seat beats ruined NASCAR. Can you imagine? Says Brickyard. Please, no references to the Queens, says Mark Langren. BB, are you sad Colorado Buffs lost to Stanford? You like primetime, right? I liked him as a player, but now I'm an old man, so I don't like it's funny. So it's generational. Like I pulled for Allen Iverson and I liked Dennis Rodman and stuff like that, but now I'm old. So those people just annoy me now. So like the fact that Deion Sanders is like 50 years old and still talking shit. Like, it's kind of funny, and I still like him because I liked him when I was a little kid. But if it was anybody else, it would annoy me. That being said, you can't you can't be talking all that and have the record he's got. But we'll have to see what he does going forward. He has gotten a lot of good recruits, and football is not something you can just come in and have a good season the next season. You have to actually build a program. So we'll have to see what he does going forward. I think he is a good coach, but he's over the top on purpose, and it's so clearly to get recruits. But I don't know. If you're 19, do you see past that? No, you're just like, this guy's cool. I'm going to go play for him. But when you're like 100 years old, like I am, you're just like, oh my God, it's so obvious. Like it's so obvious what he's doing. But it is what it is. Like, you got to do what you got to do to get recruits. Like, Nick Saban and all the rest of them, they do what they got to do to get recruits too. They, send them as much money as they need to come play for Alabama. So which style is better? Who knows? Who cares? And that being said, they should be allowed to send them as much money as they want to. Like, you should never have your paycheck limited by any organization. That was the stupidest rule that was ever created back in the day. It's just an ego thing for both of them, says Jenna. Oh, yeah, for Kelsey and Taylor Swift, yeah, it's just how can I get more attention? So I don't know necessarily about Kelsey, but definitely Taylor Swift knows how to play a news cycle, much like Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin does the same thing, so he doesn't get enough credit for that. Denny Hamlin knows how to play a news cycle. Jets almost beat the Chiefs when she was in the building. You can never underestimate the Jets, man. They always have one game where they look like absolute world beaters, and then they tend to fall apart after that. Let's be honest, the mental image of T-Swizzle packing a fat lip of Copenhagen is pure gold. No doubt about it. That's a visual image that we'll never forget, and we're all better for thinking of it. So we appreciate you there, say Kyle. I remember when Jessica Simpson dated Tony Romo. Fail on all levels, yeah, without question. That was just as annoying. But I was younger, so I guess it didn't bother me as much back then. Plus, the media is just totally different. Like, back then, it wasn't. You could get away from it because it was just on TV, and the internet was like this whole separate universe. Now it all runs together, and you can't escape any of it. Jenna Allison, Taylor Swift is like Kim K in my mind, says RJ. I'm not saying she's much different. She might not be to the level of Kim Kardashian as far as seeking attention, but she's in that same vein. Kim K. Ooh, says Jenna. Kyle, you can't be as old as me, says Daniel Dunn. I'm old. I'm up there. 107 the other day. Oh my God, I saw Mike Tyson in a recent thing the other day. Wow, he's looking old. Yeah, he's got the gray hair going on the beard now. Jenna Allison didn't Sheldon's brother George hate Tony Romo on Big Bang Theory, says RJ. I don't remember. I must have given up by the time they got to that season. I have a giveaway from my first track event I drove at in 77, says Mark Langren. Hey, there you go, Mark Langren, a veteran driver. Daniel, I think I have the age thing in the bank, says Mark Barnum. 200 wins for Nick Saban. Yeah, Nick Saban, he's no joke, but he did what he had to do to get those recruits, just like Deion's doing what he's got to do to get the recruits. It's the most blown thing in all of media. They're just doing it. It is the next iteration of Jeremy Lin. It is the next iteration of Tim Tebow. Is what they're doing with Deion Sanders. The only reason it's old and annoying is because the media keeps like chasing some story that's not there. They're just going to beat it into the ground. Am I the oldest chick here? I am the oldest chick here, says Jenna Allison. Hopefully the Jets beat the Eagles. Lost 12 straight. Says in between the lanes. Taylor just dresses better than Kim K, says Jenna. LOL Mark. Help me chat. What should I eat for the race? Pizza, wings, KFC, or burgers? Oh my goodness. You know what? We're going to put it up there. I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to start a new poll. I don't know how long this poll is going to run. Let's see here. What was the other one? Burgers. How could I forget burgers? What? Fail on my part. There you go. There's a poll question. You can vote. What should dislike, eat today for the race? We got KFC, we got wings, we got pizza, we got burgers. If you DoorDash, you don't even have to pick. You can get all of them, but that would be a rough day tomorrow. I had a "you're getting old" moment a couple of weeks ago at work. The 20-somethings Didn't know the sound of a dial-up the internet made. Oh my goodness! I had to look it up on YouTube for them to listen. They were so confused. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Smash burgers with steak fries and mayonnaise. There you go. Smash burgers are always pretty good. Yeah, there's always moments like that. It doesn't even I don't even think about them anymore. But I remember when they first happened, I was like, you don't know about what, and you just be talking to them. The first one is the worst one because that's the moment that you realize you're like, damn, I'm old. So, but after that, like it's just whatever. So did you pick who you think will finish last today? Yeah, I'm going with Josh Palicki. Not Josh Palicki. JJ Yaley. Going with JJ Yaley there. Jamie Schweitzer. Jenna Allison is mayonnaise and the instrument. Says RJ. Hey, I told a kid that I love Pat Benatar. His response, I love that guy. Says Jenna Allison. My first computer experience was a Commodore 64. Says Shaw, no lie. I vote for medicinal fried chicken. South Park, if you don't know. LOL, says say Kyle. Was that the KF? Was that Cartman with the KFC one, or was that part of the Integrity Farms deal? I can't remember. I think that might have been a crossover. I don't know. I remember Cartman being like Scarface with the KFC though, so that's what I'm thinking about. South Park has a new special coming out apparently, and Disney is suing them over it. So if you want to look that up, that's pretty relevant. I need a second channel so I can talk about stupid stuff like that. BB is mayonnaise, and I've got one. I need to actually use it. BB is mayonnaise and instrument. I don't know. I'm sure there's a punchline, but I'm not thinking of it. That DoorDash order would be like $7,237. Yeah, you got to get like a email you haven't used before, and so you get the free delivery charge for the first one. Like I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying you should. I love the C64 and Amiga, says RJ. Brisket off the smoker and homemade pumpkin ice cream. Drinking home some Deepa, says Mark. So there you go. Jenna, that was too funny, says Danielle. You're old if you even know what a Commodore 64 is, says Shy. BB should put a humble pie in the poll, says Mark Barnum. 7-7. The Hawks and the Bengals, says Jen Allison. I guess 0 fights today, says Jamie Schweitzer. Yes, Cartman finding out that KFC is now a dispensary and becoming Tony Montana. That's it. Okay. So you're thinking about the same one I was thinking about. Cartman with the Asperger's is one of my all-time favorite moments in South Park, says Charlotte. For sure. South Park, one of the best shows of all time. Ding dang, y'all. I'm eating some squirrel stew for the race meal, says Jenna Allison. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with some squirrel stew. We got his shorts loaded up with burgers, says Charlotte. Here at Myrtle Beach today, having a little pig's barbecue, says Brickyard Brickhead. So yeah, Myrtle Beach, the first ever NASCAR cafe I went to, and that's no longer there. And I think they got rid of. No, they still got the little. I think they still got the little pavilion. I think we've talked about this before. Still got the little pavilion across the road from it where they had stool pigeons and all that. That's a classic as well. Charlotte, LOL, says they Kyle. Double IPA. Oh, there, I got you, Mark Langren. I got you. I'm not familiar with that lingo. I like Deepa though now. Double IPA. I hear you, brother. Let's see. Shy, I'm 31. I'm a tech geek. Says RJ. LOL. What up, BB? What's up, Elite? Good to see you on here, my friend. Do you guys remember Candy Cigs? I'd get up and have coffee and cigs with my mom back in the day. It says Jenna Allison. Yeah, they got rid of the candy cigs back in the day. Should I ever watched David Murray, aka 8-Bit Guy? I'm not familiar with him either. I did learn how to program assembly, so when Stuxnet was a thing, I actually knew exactly what they were talking about, and I was super surprised. I took a associate's class in electronic engineering, and actually finally for once got a degree back in the day. My wife is in bed sick, so I am thinking I'm going to try and burn ramen for my race meal today. Hey, there's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with ramen noodles there. RJ, I got underwear at 31 years old, says Mark Barnum. No, RJ, YouTube keeps canceling my comments. Says Shy, yeah, YouTube's doing it. I'm not doing it, Shy, I promise. I'm at KFC, says Dustin Gwynn. So yeah, KFC, they got the big chicken sandwich. That's not bad. Yes, I remember Candy Sig, says Danielle. Thank you for this show, buddy. Gives me something to look forward to. Hey, no problem, Raymond Bailey. Glad I could do it. Looks like we're at the end of the comments there, so I am going to call it a day. Hold on, let me get this ad here. Skip that ad. So if you see an ad, I did skip it, but if they show it, that's YouTube just being YouTube. Let's see. The only degree I have is a roll up under my arms. Says Jamie Schweitzer. Yay, Danielle. Let's light one up. I've had a couple of error sending messages deals. I think YouTube is just sucking today. So say Kyle. Yeah, that might be it for sure. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be the end of this one. Race ends at some point post race, and until then, I hope your driver does well today. Hope your football team wins, unless they're playing the 49ers. And peace. See y'all later.